and it's a beautiful day out there. Okay, where's my flip it switch here? Okay, here we go. Hey, this is Patrick Ralston. I'm Patrick Ralston, and I'm the director of the Arkansas Arts Council. It's 1 o'clock. It's Thursday, November 5th. So you know it's ARTalks. I'm here at home, as actually broadcasting more or less from my personal studio. Although some of my work this week has been engaged in trashing my living room. I'll even share with you. I've been building a new living room, or excuse me, a new dining room table, and so I'll share that with you and the mess that I've made here. Check that out. Look on my works of despair, especially what I've done to my floor. But and there's Trav. I think you all know him. And trying my hand at a little woodworking, and I can tell you that woodworking's great. Sanding and planing sucks. So, I don't like painting or polyurethane either. So, I got that to look forward to. But anyway, so here back in my studio, let's get in here and get ready. We're going to have a conversation today with Christina Shutt, who is the director of the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. She is a colleague of mine at the Division of Arkansas Heritage. You will recall that we are both part of that division, which is in turn part of the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism. And we have been colleagues for at least for the 4 years that I've been at the Arts Council, and Christina and we have a lot of overlap in terms of our interest in art. Certainly the Mosaic Templars is heavily involved in African American art here in Arkansas. The rich tradition that we have had for 2 centuries in African American art, and so she's going to be joining us to share some of what they've got going on over there. They've got an exhibition that she's going to discuss with me, and so I'm going to make sure that we can have her join me here as a guest momentarily. But as far as what's going on with the Arkansas Arts Council, I'll tell you that we continue to be on duty 5 days a week, regular hours, 8 to 4:30. Our staff, we spend about a third of our time in our offices, but the rest of the time we are working from our remote locations. This happens to be my remote location, and but I'll be in the office this afternoon. So, but regardless of where we are, since we went remote in March, we have continued to operate the Arts Council full time, and the staff, or your staff there, are working hard, and we continue our programs. And so one of our programs, that we started was the ARTalks, this program right here, and it's so it's certainly been a lifestyle change for me, but we seem to be doing all right with it, and we've even managed to have a few guests. So anyway, let's see. We've got Christina Shutt is watching now, and that's I'm hoping that she will request to join our meeting, and when she does, we will bring her on, and she can talk about Mosaic Templars. But in the meantime, I want to talk to you about one of our programs that is going to has a deadline next week, and that is, it's next Friday. On the 13th, we have a deadline for nominations for Arkansas Living Treasure. As you all know, we award a Arkansas Living Treasure Award every year to a craftsperson who has not only excelled in let me see if I can say this right, a lifetime body of work in a traditional craft, but also has managed to teach that craft and demonstrate that craft so that future generations can continue that craft. Our current one for 2020 is Michael Warwick, who is a metal sculptor, an instructor at UA Little Rock, who has been at UA Little Rock for about 30 years. And is just an amazing sculptor with an amazing following. And then we have this year we are accepting more nominations, and we are hoping that we will get several in by the 13th. So if you have a craftsperson that you think is worthy of a nomination and worthy of this award, then I would really encourage you to quickly get your nomination in, and so that we can contact that person and start the process. And the panels are held usually in January of the following year. It'll be in this upcoming January, but you need to get your nomination in now. So contact Robin McClay, who's on our staff. She is our artist services program manager, and you can find her along with the rest of my staff in our directory, and that's at arkansasarts.org. That's our website, and you can go to the staff directory. We've got emails, phone numbers, everything. Looks like Christina may be here. Well, she was, and then now she's not. So I thought she was, but we are also right now we are currently receiving works that will go into our Small Works on Paper exhibition for 2021, and we're very excited about that. We have I think 39 works currently in the exhibition, and it's just an amazing cross section of the kind of the portfolio of Arkansas art right now. As you know, they are just that, small works on paper, and they are being delivered, and we were very excited about that show rolling out in January. So in the meantime, you can visit our 2020 Small Works on Paper. We have a virtual virtual exhibition on our website at arkansasarts.org of the 2020 exhibition, if you'd like to see that. And so yeah, I'd encourage you to definitely check that out. But yep, I'm getting a message here from Scarlett. Scarlett, it is not showing that Christina is actually asking. So it is. I see that she's watching, but it does not show her asking to come on here. So can't bring her on until she sends me a request. But let's see. And I am click. So anyway, as you know, and as I've discussed with you all several times, we are currently business as usual. Sherry LeFew, who is our special projects program manager for the Arts Council, she is reminding me that the 2021 Small Works on Paper exhibition, actually that's 2020, Sherry, but it's currently on display in El Dorado at South Arkansas Arts Center. So good reminder there that you can still see it in person if you're in El Dorado. South Arkansas Arts Center is always a great place to hang out, and they've always got great exhibitions. So, okay, here's Christina. Let's see. Let's go see if we can bring her on. Come on, Christina.
Oh. Hey, so I'm telling you, all this technical stuff, man, it's crazy.
No, no. Listen,
But Scarlett, our trusty person, was here helping me. So
yeah, I'm glad. I do. Okay.
Maybe is it work better now?
Hang on. I forgot the most important thing. Hang on. Well, there she went. Okay, so anyway, still like Sherry said, go down and check out. Go down if you're in El Dorado. Check out the South Arkansas Art Center. They've got our small works on paper up. And the other thing that's we're continuing to talk to folks about is we're continuing to get interest in our Sally Williams Fund, which of course is the Sally Williams Fund is our uh, fund that we have that it's created in memory of Sally Williams, former Artist Services Program Manager Sally Williams, and we use it to provide professional development grants for individual artists. And if you are an individual artist and you are pursuing professional development to either enhance your work and your discipline, or to help you become a better at managing your business, the business of art, then we encourage you to talk to us about receiving a grant from the Sally Williams Fund. And it is, of course, you can find it at arkansawarts.org and under our grants page. Here we go. And somebody else is knocking here.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, here we are.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Are you gonna put you gonna put Christina on?
I am. Here,
Can you hear?
just use my headphones real quick? I promise not to have COVID. Here.
okay. Hey, we're gonna try this now,
Hey.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm like standing in my hallway.
I can hear you
know.
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I stand with some more art behind me.
You understand that technical problems aren't they're not just a glitch in this program. They're a feature. So
I love
always
it. I'm
we
for
always
it. I'm here for it, man.
okay. Well, we always lose somebody. I dropped a connection, a live connection from Cabot last week. So I don't think it surprises anybody. Well, Christina.
Yeah, well, hey, if I had known you were going to be at your home studio, man, I would have gone from my home studio. You could have seen all my art on my walls and stuff.
Showing people the dirty floor in my living room where all my tools are laying and my table, that's a big step for me. That's me owning bachelorhood right there. So my dog sitting on my furniture, it's the whole thing. So
mine would be like a sea of glitter and paper on the floor.
yeah, that's what happens when you have smaller kids, isn't it? But or is the glitter yours?
I think it's mostly mine.
Okay.
My son does love the little, like with the washi tapes, and he loves like paint bottles that he can spin. He's really into that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Christina, I want you to introduce yourself and I want you to talk to me. I want to talk about your what you've got on exhibit right now, and we're going to talk just a little bit about what else you guys are up to at Mosaic. But wanted to go ahead and let you kind of introduce yourself.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me on today. I am, of course, so excited I love art. I love talking about art. I love experiencing art. I remember actually going to the Nelson Atkins Art Gallery in Kansas City. which I know you've been there. It's
Right.
amazing. My favorite exhibit to this day is still the Chinese galleries. Like, it was just something different that I had never seen or experienced, and it's still kind of it warms my heart, right? Every time we're in Kansas City, we get the opportunity to go through there. But I am, as you mentioned, the director for the Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. We are the African American History Museum in Arkansas here, and our mission really is to preserve, interpret, and celebrate African American history and culture. And so we kind of paint a broad brushstroke with it, so to speak, and we really focus on helping our Kansans learn about our shared history, because that's what we think about history and culture. And I love that one of the things that we do, I think, really well is help connect that for people, like help people understand the past, present, and future. Or I should say the past, so that they can understand their present to make informed choices about their future, because that's really kind of the lens that we look at it.
Right.
And we, through that, have been able to work with many artists, many Arkansas artists, from just all over, kind of a range, from kind of print artists to, you know, painters, visual makers, to spoken word. So we're very fortunate here that we've gotten to do that, and that so many of our artists are living artists. And so, and that's one of the things I actually love about y'all's, you know, Living Arts Awards program, is celebrating artists in their lifetime, like celebrating
Right.
them now, and
Right.
appreciating their art now, because I think that's something that is so needed. Um, like, let's not wait till they're dead to decide to value their work. Like, let's value it now, and let's engage with them now. So
Right.
yeah, I love that.
Great, great. Well, I know that you have an exhibition right now profiling. An exhibition, certainly one that profiles Ed Drew, who is a veteran, African American veteran here in Arkansas, and his tintypes. Could you talk to us a little bit about that, and the larger exhibition that it's coinciding with?
Yeah, so about, I guess, a year and a half or so ago, I met Ed Drew thanks to the Arkansas Arts Council. You
Yeah.
all had organized a group really about arts and the military.
Right.
And Janet Perkins and I had been, from the Arts Council, have been talking forever about us wanting to do a veterans exhibit. But we really didn't kind of know at that point, like, what we wanted the exhibit to be at all.
Right.
But she said, well, hey, y'all are doing some work with veterans, and you want to do an exhibit. So just come to this meeting, and maybe something will come from that meeting, like an idea will come up. And I happened to sit next to, at the meeting, Ed Drew, who is this fantastic Air Force veteran. He actually fought in Afghanistan, and I got to hear a little bit about his story. But the thing that really intrigued me was that he was taking an old process, the wet collodion plate process, that's really popularized during the era of the Civil War, and he uses that medium to take photos of modern day people. So he does veterans, but he also has done First Nations folks. He has done kind of scenery. He's done a lot of folks, but
Right.
of course, the thing that he's kind of known for is being the first American to film Americans in a combat zone, using that wet collodion plate method since the Civil War. And he was actually like lugging this equipment through Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And he would get like called up to go, because they were rescue helicopters. So he would get called up to go and like go rescue somebody, and he would just like leave his stuff mixing out in the desert, which is kind of blows my mind. But anyway, seeing his work, seeing the process, getting to hear from him, I said, Ed, I've just got to talk to you more. I have to spend time in your space and get to know who you are and what you do. And through those conversations, we decided to commission him to do a work of about, it's actually 31, 30 tintypes, and then there's a one cyanotype of veterans of Arkansas veterans.
Right.
And they span different wars, they span different time periods. So that's one of the things that, again, I love about the exhibit is it really calls us to think about the ways in which these veterans have fought for and continue, in many cases, to fight for the values, the democracy that we hold dear in the United States. And so that work is actually on display right now downstairs, actually right beneath me, in our changing gallery. And so along with the exhibit, along with his work, we've also juxtaposed kind of snippets from some of what I would think of as kind of founding documents in our country. So both the Declaration of Independence and the preamble to the Constitution, but there's also things like Executive Order 981, which officially desegregated the military. So what we want to do is really call people's attention to these things and help them understand that it was Black bodies, in many cases, that Black and brown bodies that were ones that, again, helped us live out what the founders penned, over, 200 plus years ago. So
That's right.
that's a little bit
That's
about the
right.
exhibit.
Terrific. And I encourage everyone to get over there and check it out. Mosaic Templars. You're at the corner of 9th and Broadway, and on a part of what. Of course, a very historic corner, and part of the old African American business district in Little Rock, going back over a century, and there's a
Yeah, I
lot
mean,
of
you can't miss
lot
us
of
now.
history
We've got
there.
those
No,
amazing banners by Perry and Hurd outside
yeah,
our building. So you can see them from like a mile, 2 miles away on a clear day. So I love it because you can't miss our building now. Look
you
for
know
the
what?
giant, beautiful banners.
I was gonna mention that one of my favorite memories of the before times, before COVID, was back in January. I think it was January, when you had the reception, when Perrian's work went up, and you had his exhibit go up, and that was Perrian Hurd is an amazing Arkansas artist, and the work, I think that it has changed the character of your building, having his murals on the outside. I mean, you really are. You can see them from a mile off, and it's just it's beautiful work. It's unique, very unique. Anyway, that was
Well,
a
thank you.
great
I mean,
event.
that was so I have to tell you, oftentimes, so Perrin was actually our Black History Month artist for 2020.
Right,
And we pretty much never give these artists any, the only thing we tell them is that they're going to be the Black History Month artists, and they can do whatever they want.
right.
Um, but we just want them to create something that's for the community. And when I approached Perry and told him, hey, would you be interested in some banners? Like, you had talked to me about these banner things. What do you think about this? Now, mind you, I didn't realize the longest banner is 92 feet. Like, I
God,
afterward, when I saw it, I thought, oh my God, like, I don't know what I was thinking asking him to do this, but he hand painted. Like, most people think those are printed, and they're not. They're hand
right,
painted on our building.
right.
So, like, him and his daughter and his son-in-law and his wife did that. So I think it just speaks to, again, the real genius of these artists.
Yeah,
The same thing with Ed. We didn't really, we told Ed, okay, we want 30 veterans, but that was pretty much the extent of our stipulation. And we said, hey, we want you to connect with the veteran, and we want you to connect with people. And
right.
so even as he was designing that, he would connect with like one person who would then connect with another person who would then,
Mhm.
get him to another person, because I think oftentimes when we come up with ideas here, people will say like, oh, that's crazy, like, you want to do what? But then when they see the finished product and they see really what is in the artist's mind and in their hands kind of come
Yeah.
out, and the fruition of that, I think people are just always blown away by it.
I've done cyanotype on and off, not very inconsistently for years, and to see the kind of work that he's doing with tin types, which is a more involved process, a more volatile process. it's incredible. I mean, the fact that he is taking the time, he's using the same process. I guess that's maybe the same process that people like Matthew Brady were using in the Civil War. Uh, it just blows me away. I mean, as a photographer, the work is beautiful, but it's also just the process. Yeah, and it's been such a pleasure. It continues to be such a pleasure to work with you all. I mean, we have so many overlapping interests, and it's all. Of course, we've had Small Works on Paper has had its opening exhibitions at Mosaic for 2 times since I've been here, and it's always a record breaker as far as attendance. Now, of course, that was pre-COVID, but I will tell you that it's always a great draw because your museum it's an amazing portrait of our community, and it's an inviting building. It's easy to get to, and you have an amazing staff. So I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. What else you got coming up? You got anything you
Oh
want
my
to talk
gosh,
about?
so many things. So we've got our Veterans Day program is next
Mhm.
Wednesday at 9 a.m. Airing live from our Facebook page.
Mhm.
So you can, I think, Scarlett, I think already tagged us in the video here,
Good,
but it's
good.
at Mosaic Templars Center on Facebook. And so that is a program you don't want to miss. You'll get to hear a little bit more from Ed during that program.
Mhm.
The governor's going to be involved, Senator Bozeman, like we've got everybody, museums
Great.
all around the country, all around the state. So it's just going to be an amazing program to celebrate and honor our veterans. And then, of course, we do our holiday open house, and I'm so bummed because we can't have pie this year. I was like,
Mhm.
that's been like the I don't know, the bummer for me, right? Like I used to get to eat pie for work every day, It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
And
it
we don't
was
get to do it
it,
this year.
and if you're doing it for work, there's no calories.
Right, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm telling myself.
Yeah.
So, but this year we're going to actually do a virtual, so people will get to learn how to make pie this year, which is kind of a totally different take on it.
Mhm.
But Marvin Williams is joining us for our Christmas virtual celebration, and that is the first Sunday in December, so at 5 o'clock. So that's again another program not to be missed. And then of course, Ed's exhibit will run all the way through the month of February. So again, it's definitely something to stay tuned for. And then next summer, we'll be bringing the Negro Motors Green Book exhibit from the Smithsonian here to the museum. So we have, us, we're like always doing 500 projects over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we've always got a bunch of stuff going. But I'm so excited that we're able to just share history with people. And we always talk about extending, and I know you and I have talked a lot about the idea of extending the arts table, like that there's enough room for all of the artists at the table. And
That's
there's
right.
enough room to share and to celebrate all of this wonderful work and all this beauty. And I feel like especially like with, I don't know, the craziness of this year, like we need more art, right? We need more good, beautiful, amazing things to look at, to experience, to just take in. So
Mm.
that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully for us, like it's self care for the museum, like as an organization, but it's also hopefully
Right.
a little bit of self care for ourselves, like as individuals.
Tell me a little bit about COVID in Black. Can you?
Yeah. So with everything that's been going on, I kind of came with the team and said, hey, like we need to be capturing these stories
Mhm.
because historians, 10 years down from now, are not going to, they're going to have their own memories and they're going to have the national narrative, but are they
Right.
really going to have the Black Arkansas story? Are they going to know what this person was thinking or how this student handled having to have a virtual graduation? What are they going to do? And so we really set out to do that. And so COVID in Black is really our foray into trying to capture some of the content that's going now. People can actively participate by visiting Mosaic Templars website. There's a link on our website. If you go to mosaictemplarscenter.com,
Mhm.
you can see a link that says take the COVID survey. We've also had people submitting stuff, so submitting masks that they've made. We got a book of poetry the other day from the Righteous
Mhm.
Poets. that we'll be adding to the collection. So we're just so excited that people have wanted to submit, but we still encourage people, like, we're not stopping, we're still collecting. As long as this pandemic is among us, like, we're still going to be collecting. And then we're hoping, and, hopefully we'll be done with this soon, right? And
Right.
then, after we're done, to do a retrospective, 5 years down the line, like contacting those people and saying, okay, how are you doing now? How are you handling, how are you thinking about that COVID experience, even after life goes back to a new normal? So, but, the first and foremost, we're encouraging people to submit content now, to be included in that archive, to be a part of history.
Right, right. Everything I've heard about it I mean, it's a beautiful idea, and it's very timely. It's funny to actually try to construct a documentary project in the middle of a crisis, but I love that what you're doing, and I think that that's a conversation that we are revisiting it in 5 years. I think will be fascinating because we all start losing our memories and our context pretty quickly. So, uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing, and I tell you, I have to give full credit. There are so many amazing African American archivists and museum folks that are
mhm,
thinking about this, and they're doing this in
yeah,
their local communities as well. And so, yeah, we're hoping that a movement will really be started, right? We're living in a time in which we have more access to information at our fingertips than we probably ever have at any point in history. And
right,
so, being able to contribute content, to decide what gets saved, to decide today, like, how we're going to think about history 20 years from now, I think
yeah.
is a lot more powerful than what people realize.
It's anyway. I love the idea. I love, of course, I'm originally a historian, and so I mean, I think it's an inspired idea, and anyway, I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I appreciate the fact that again, as I said, you have been a great collaborator, and all that I do here at the Arts Council. I think that I think that your idea, your metaphor about expanding the size of the table is very important to me. Certainly something that I'd like to see before I leave the Arts Council. And so I appreciate all your work and your assistance in helping us do that. And so look forward to working with you, more in 2021. But Christina, thanks for being on, and good luck and be safe through the next few
Oh,
months.
thank you so much. It was great joining you today. Have a
Thanks.
wonderful day.
You too. See you later. I see you.
I don't know how to escape. Oh, wait.
Okay. Are you trying to escape from me? All right. Well, all right. See, sometimes we have decent people on this show, uh, besides me. But so anyway, that's I'm really excited about what's going on, and I'm excited with all our work that we do with Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. They do amazing. It's an amazing service to our community. But with that, I think that as far as other things that I need to fill you in on, I think I was talking about before we got our connection going. I think I was talking about the inviting you to consider, those of you who are artists who are working on your professional development, consider applying for the Sally Williams grant. Check it out. It's on our website, arkansasarts.org. Go to the grants tab, and you can find more information on ways to get assistance to continue your work in sharpening your skills in your particular discipline, or to sharpen your skills in the management of expansion of your business as an artist. Artists who produce and sell their work are certainly small business people, and much of what I see us doing at the Arkansas Arts Council is supporting that work. And so anything we can do, any way that we can provide access and resources for that, I try to put ourselves into. Other than that, right now we're in November, and the year has kind of gotten away from us. For me, it's been nearly 8 months since we went virtual, but it's continues to be an honor to work for the artists, work with artists and arts organizations and art lovers in Arkansas. And I love hearing from you all. Please continue to check in with us. You know that I'm on Facebook. Scarlett is on Facebook. You can reach us by email or phone. We have our staff directory on our website, arkansasarts.org, and you can get a hold of us, in multiple different ways. And just keep in touch. Let us know what you're doing. Send us video if you are creating, whether it's performance, whether it is visual arts, whether it's writing. We would love to know and share and talk about what you're doing. So I encourage you to this is kind of a weird, isolating time. And then we're going into a winter that is expected to be pretty harsh as far as the pandemic. And so as we are told that we need to continue to socially distance ourselves, I want you to consider, keeping in touch and with the rest of us, and let us know. Share what you're doing. Share your creativity. You can do it through video, you can do it through still images, you can do it through just dropping us a line on Facebook or in an email. But, we are here to support the arts and artists and arts organizations. And I take that job very seriously. I can tell you that my staff, are dedicated to it. And so anything we can do, any way we can point you in the right direction, something, resources that will help you, I encourage you to get in touch. So that's pretty much it for today. I think we've packed a lot in, and if you need us, you know where to find us. But until next week, keep creating. See you later.